Yeah, I mean, I think a key part of our kind of identity that we're trying to build as a team is that it doesn't matter how the game looks. It doesn't matter what the crowd is in Maples. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. It doesn't matter if we're playing in the Bahamas, at Pauley Pavilion, or home. We're trying to bring the same level of intensity and fight every night. And so I think we did that tonight, to answer your question.
Early on, there was, I believe, there was 5 minutes, 3 pointers. So how were you guys able to keep yourselves composed and calm during that sequence, knowing that there was still plenty of game left and you guys could still get high at any given moment?
Yeah, I mean, we trust our shooters. It's the law of averages. You miss some shots, you think they're good shots. Continue to put confidence in your shooters, continue to get them the ball in the right spots, and then, I mean, as you guys saw, they started falling from all over. He had a couple. So, yeah, you just trust our talent and trust our work, really. That's what it comes down to.
Andrej, how did that dunk feel in the second half where it looked like there was 2 Eastern Washington defenders around you, but, I mean, how did it feel throwing that down?
I mean, yeah, just in momentum, it's always nice to, just have that type of play to, just take care of the whole, bench and, everyone's, getting excited. So that was a good, a part of our rally, part of our run to come back from those first 4 minutes in the game. So just coming out like that in the second half, we just needed to play like that, and we had multiple, so, yeah.
So a few games in, you're making this look easy. Is it as easy as you're making it look, or?
No, nothing's easy. Nothing's easy. All credit to my teammates and the coaching staff. My teammates motivating and giving me pep talks every day, coaching staff giving me the confidence to go out there and allow me to have the offensive freedom that they've given me, and everyone in this locker room trusts one another, and we make plays for each other. Every night's going to be a different guy. We understand that. It's just amazing that what can be accomplished when no one gets the credit. So
Andrej, you're in a room where there's a lot of experience. I mean, the guy next to you has played in a lot of games. Jerod Haase has played in a lot of games in the Big East. Spencer also, Max. So how blessed are you knowing that even as a freshman, you got those guys to rely on and learn from?
yeah, it's been amazing. Ever since the start of the summer, having all those guys that have played so many college games, have been here for a couple of years, and just picking their brains every day, and nicks and knacks of the game, what to expect in the college level, and they've been very helpful. So yeah.
James, you guys were on the long run, on the defensive end, not allowing a point for a long time, forcing quite a few turnovers. How would you evaluate the effort, stepping up on that side?
Yeah, I think the effort picked up. And I think one of the things we talk about as a team is the difference between playing hard and really competing. And competing is kind of a different level. And I think we started the game, we were playing hard, we were doing the right stuff. But, competing is when you're in the game. You kind of lose yourself in the game, as the phrase goes. And I think that comes – start getting 50-50 balls, getting those deflections, all that sort of stuff. And so I think in the game, the run manifested. We really, they were trying to throw the high-lows all night. So that comes with the guards working really hard to kind of front in the post. And then a lot of ball pressure, too, makes the passes more difficult. And then the other thing we really wanted to focus in on was not allowing offensive rebounds. You guys saw the first couple of games. We struggled a little bit there. So I think we were plus 11 or plus 12 on the rebounds tonight, which was great for us, and something we're really going to continue to emphasize.
So, Andrej, are you getting any calls critiquing you from your father?
All the time, every game, win or loss, good game, bad game. There's always something to improve on. Just super thankful he's able to come to the games, living close by, and just family watching back home in Greece and Serbia. So yeah, just super thankful for that.
Is that pressure, or do you revel on that?
It's a little bit of both. There's always going to be pressure, not just for me, but all the people that could be in my situation, and then there's no pressure because we're just kids out here playing at the college level, and we're just trying to win. It's all competitiveness. So we know that we get better every day, and that's all that matters.
And James, having the presence of Jerod Bynum, even though he came obviously from Providence and with you guys for the first time, is there a part of you that feels like that this offense becomes a lot more faster, maybe more efficient when he's on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, certainly tonight, 9 assists, really impressive numbers from him to start the year. I think he's done an incredible job, and we all have. Just from a personal level, he fits right in with all of us. He integrated super well into the team. To me, it feels like he's been here. He doesn't feel like he's just his first year here. It feels like he's been here forever. And yeah, he gets I think me and Maxime both a lot of like really easy points, which is great for our team. I mean, that's how you score 95 points is you get dunks and you get lobs and you get layups.
Any early thoughts on number 14 Arkansas on the horizon?
You know, we haven't looked at the scout at all. We really take it one game at a time. No, they're really good. No, they're talented. Definitely a program that's done really well, and Musselman's good. So, haven't looked at the scout as to give you the honest answer, but we're gonna go out there and compete.
So James, how does it feel for you being the last year of this conference? You grew up with it around you most of your life, and what is it going to be like to see this now be the ACC?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know how it's gonna be. Part of me is, I guess, I don't know. Part of me feels like I'm leaving at the right time, and I'm glad I got to finish at the Pac-12. But obviously, I know the ACC is going to bring a whole new set of opportunities to the program and to the university. So I'm excited to watch. And you're right, my eligibility will be up after this year, but I'll always be a Stanford basketball fan. Both my parents went here, two older sisters went here, so I really bleed Cardinal. So I'll always be a Stanford basketball fan. So I'm excited to watch, and excited to watch the guys next year. It'll be fun.
Andrej, your first big game tomorrow. Any thoughts on that?
Go Card. Hopefully we win. Obviously, Stanford football is also trying to get back into it, and we love the football players on the team. We support each other at every game. So, looking forward to it.
Will this be your first college game, or have you attended other college games?
No, I've been to different college games, like on visits, and this year they've been super fun. But, I'm looking forward to the atmosphere tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll be back with Coach in a minute. All right, head coach Jerod Haase. Coach, welcome to say that.
Well, to begin, I want to give Eastern Washington, a lot of credit. I think this is a program that has had a lot of success, is expecting to have a lot of success. When you look at their schedule, obviously they're not afraid of playing a big-time schedule, a lot of road games against high majors, and they have a winning culture. So I think they're going to be a team that continues to improve throughout the year and really probably make a nice run this year. I apologized to them afterwards. I didn't necessarily love the last three and that kind of thing, but at the same time, I love my team, enjoying and having success and celebrating, but I also want to make sure that we do it in the right way. But I have, a ton of respect, and I think Eastern Washington's going to have a heck of a year this year. Obviously, they kind of took it to us early. I didn't think it was a lack of effort on our part. We probably maybe even bought into the scouting report a little bit too much. They hit some threes right off the bat and jumped out to an early lead. I thought our guys really had a level head about themselves, understand we're going to stick with the game plan and continue to just try and do a little bit better. The thing I told them that I was really proud of at that point after they jumped on us early is I thought we were playing hard, but I didn't know if we were truly competing. And I think the rest of the half and then somewhat sustained through the game, the competing part was there. It's the second effort of, hey, you didn't get the first thing to go your way, but you sprint off a little bit faster, or the rebound, it's not a clean rebound, so you go make a second effort. And I thought the second effort plays were there on the defensive end in particular. I think we continue to see that we have a willing passing team that wants to share the basketball, that enjoys each other's success. I thought as the game wore on, we saw that more and more and more. But it's a good way to end this home stretch and prepare ourselves for the Bahamas.
Would you say this was an adequate response to the Santa Clara game? And they had the 12-point lead on you guys, which was the equivalent of cowards 4 for 4 from 3. So did you see it that way, and did you see that they responded, even though they had a 12-point deficit, that they responded from that Santa Clara game?
Yeah, I think the response to the Santa Clara game was about this game, but it's also in practice. How they approach practice. How do they mope around? Do they complain? Do they point fingers? And there's certainly none of that. I thought the warm-ups, and this is coach talking, but the warm-ups were great. I thought the energy, the enthusiasm for the guys was off the charts. So I was candidly a little bit surprised when we were in a big hole really early. Part of it was the three-point shooting, and give them credit for that. But the response was good. I was pleased.
You had 33 points from your bench on a day that you're missing a couple of guys. What does that tell you about the depth of this team?
Well, it's really a lot more than that because guys that were starting, had been kind of on the bench too. But the bench was huge. We knew that they would be. They're going to play important roles. We thought that the energy defensively was really good. And I want those guys, look, the guys that are coming in off the bench, we have a great deal of confidence in. And we want them to play their tails off on the defensive end. But on the offensive end, I don't feel like we should miss a beat. Guys like Ryan Agarwal, James is a veteran. He's been out there a lot of meaningful minutes. Benny Geeler, we don't want them to be passive and just, kind of fill in for a couple minutes while the other guys are out. We want them to be aggressive, and we know that they're good players.
Speaking of Geeler, 13 points on the night. Would you say that this was like one of the best outings you've seen out of Geeler since he's been here?
In game action, yes. I thought he had and look, his opportunities have been limited at this point. He's still young, and he's going to get more and more opportunities as time go on. Now, if you compare it to practice, this was not one of his best performances because in practice he's had a lot of big-time performances, and I say that to say that the guys have a great deal of trust in him. The coaches have a great deal of trust in him because we've seen it in practice for a long time.
Did you have a good view of the Andrej Stojakovic dunk in the second half, and what was your reaction when you saw him throw it down like that?
My reaction was get back in on defense as fast as you can. But obviously it was impressive, and I love the enthusiasm from the bench. And I keep saying Andrej's every practice, every game, just a little bit better. And really I'm judging him more on the defensive end and the intangibles. How's he fighting through a screen? How's he locked in defensively? We all know he has a great deal of God-given talent and talent that he's developed his craft on the offensive end. But very, very coachable and very excited, and that was a highlight dunk.
So you've had 2 graduate transfers that have blended in really well right away, and then you've had freshmen that have done well over the years during your tenure. So what is it that makes you put the mix all together that these newcomers can blend in so well as they have so far?
Yeah, with any of the newcomers, I think number one, we are trying to bring in scholar athletes that value Stanford, that are high character guys that believe in what we talk about in the recruiting process. Our recruiting pitch really isn't, hey, come in, score 1 million points and go to the NBA. Our recruiting pitch is come in, fit in at Stanford, work towards that degree, work hard in practice. You're going to earn whatever minutes and earn whatever shots that you earn, and we're going to support you and care about you. And so with that, they come in hopefully with an understanding that our culture means something. Our culture and the program is bigger than their individual dreams and goals, even though we want to support those at the highest level. And I would say the biggest thing, though, is that we're really trying to bring in the right guys that fit into Stanford.
Only 14 points in the paint for Eastern Washington, and after their early going, not too many offensive rebounds. Those were both points of concern earlier in the year. How do you feel that you did in those areas?
I was a little disappointed as the game wore on with our discipline about fouling them. They got to the bonus very, very early, and then I would say some of the early fouls were, they are what they are, a variety of different things. But as they started to attack the paint, which was smart for them to do, I thought we lacked just a touch of discipline because one of the great things we have is our length. And so we really needed to focus in on, we talked about it every time out, not fouling, not putting them on the free throw line, because those are a lot easier shots than shooting over guys like Max and Maxime and James. And so I was not pleased with that part of it, but I'll look at the tape and make sure that those comments are correct.
Guys, you guys put a lot of Jerod and Benny together, sort of on the court together. How does maybe having 2 point guys on the court maybe help you guys, and is that something you guys want to do maybe in the future as well?
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we're putting Benny and Jerod out there together. We're putting James and Maxime out there together. Obviously, when we've had a full roster, we haven't done a lot of that in practice. It's not kind of our plan A, but with Benny and Jerod in particular, you have shooters. Both of them can shoot. Both of them can get to the paint. Both of them are feisty defensively, so we're confident in them being out there when they need to be. But overall, it was a net positive. And today I was worried less about, positions. We had to make substitutions based on either fatigue, or how many minutes they've been out there, or foul trouble. But in terms of matchups and positions, we didn't worry about that tonight.
All right, so big game tomorrow, and then you guys got Thanksgiving tournaments coming up. So what is your schedule tomorrow, and then what do you have planned for this tournament?
Watch tape of this game so we can put this behind us and move on and learn from it. Watch a big-time Stanford win in the football game tomorrow. probably grill out on the barbecue and then get on the plane early on Sunday to head to the Bahamas. And we realize this is really a big challenge, and our guys are going to be excited to put our best foot forward.
Are there hopes to get any players back for the tournament in the Bahamas?
Yeah, I honestly don't know in terms of the injuries. It's to be determined at this point. I know they're going to do everything they possibly can, but at this point, we just don't know.
Obviously, probably haven't looked at tape yet too much, but what do you know about Arkansas, and what do you think maybe they'll bring soon to the game that you guys will play?
Yeah, I know it's a great program. They've kind of sustained success right now. They have, but in terms of watching tape and give you specifics, I can't give you that right now. That's something I'll start after we put this game to bed. The staff has already started scouting and prepping for that, but I know that it's a top level, highly ranked team that's going to have a ton of talent, and they're going to be excited to play.
Anything else? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.